Hello, welcome to Dungeon Bros Podcast. I'm your host Justin. So today we're reviewing Megazone 23 Part 2, aka Please Give Me Your Secret, which is a 82-minute cyberpunk anime which came out in 1986. I don't know if I said that or So this is our latest review for our weekly mecha anime reviews, which this was a request from one of my subscribers who also asked me to review the third movie, which I don't know when I'm going to be doing that, but yeah. We'll see. So this one, I watched the English dub on YouTube, which was by Harmony Gold, who did the dub for the second one. Sorry for the Robotech anime series. Well, it was called Robotech here, but it was called Macross. So they did the dub. They did dubs for the. I don't know if they did dubs for all three of the Megazones. They did dubs for the first and second one, and this one. I'm kind of confused because, I watched the movie and the main character was called Johnny Winters, and they changed the character designs in this and this one. So, apparently, according to Wikipedia, Johnny Winters was actually Shogo Yahagi. I guess he survived the events of the first movie, right? So this movie was directed by. The second one was directed by Ichiro Tano, written by Hiroyuki Hoshiyama, who wrote the first film. Okay, who did the character designs? Character designs were... I know they had it somewhere. I can't remember. So the story for this one is... the first two parts, I'm just reading the Wikipedia thing. The first two parts occur roughly 500 years after humanity left Earth, as the government attempts to hack into civic computer Balmud for their city in order to use the city's benefits artificial intelligence known as Eve to influence the people to help them in a near endless war against the Balzog. The thrown into this is Shogo Yahagi after he's given ownership of a strange experimental bike by an old friend of his. Over the course of the story, he discovers how false the world is, and eventually makes contact with the E program, who enlists him to assist humanity in any way he can. However, unfortunately, before he can do anything meaningful, the city's government have become focused on destruction of the Balzag and have decided to terminate Shogo and Eve, who has fled into cyberspace in the end. Sorry. I need to sneeze. Okay, where were we? Got focused on the destruction of Balzac and have decided to terminate Shogo and Eve, who has fled into cyberspace. In the end, Eve manages to save Shogo and his friends, sending them to Balmud's system core to Earth as the battling ships are destroyed, ending the conflict at the price of unknown number of people on those ships. Holy shit. That's wow. I thought in the first movie the enemy was another Megazone. That's weird. Cause in this one, they just straight up called them aliens, right? I'm just gonna review the Harmony Gold dub. So Johnny Winters is part of this motorcycle gang called Trash, who is a deserter, right? Who's a deserter who stole a Garland bike and is the only one who can make contact with Eve. The military is losing its war against in the movie version I saw, they were called the Gurzik, who have way more advanced technology than humanity. Which you see this really cool space battle in the beginning of the movie, where they were winning, at first, and then they end up getting blown the fuck out by their ship, their main battleship. gets infected, and the machinery turns against him and kills him. And like, there's a cool scene where like the commander, who is the main villain of this movie, is shown like, you know, a recording from the black box, which like all aircrafts have, of the main battleship getting all the passengers, all the crew of the main battleship getting killed by like by the machines, right? Which I thought was very horrific. So yeah, the movie is basically Johnny Winters with his punk motorcycle gang taking on the military, trying to get in contact with Eve, the military is after Eve because they think Eve has like secrets to advanced technology that they can use so they can win the war. But what ends up happening is, turns out the Megazone is heading onto its way to Earth, and that the Earth's moon has been turned into a weapon called Atom, which is this mass disintegration ray. And like, you see them destroy the Gurren battleship, and it also destroys the Megazone 23. But like, you know, the commander took as many people as they could into spaceships and evacuated. But yeah, you still saw a lot of people die. And our main characters somehow survived, through the wreckage of Megazone 23, despite the fact that there was big massive holes in it, somehow landed on Earth and survived. I thought that was fucking bullshit. So like the major differences with this movie compared to the first one is like, it's not really a romance story like the first one, and it's more of a straight up action movie. But the problem is, I have this problem with the fact that they have this more like realistic art style in this anime, which I'm fine with that, with the, you know, well detailed, well drawn art styles. I love that. But my problem is they had like you know, a realistic art style, but then they don't have the ultra violence and gore and sex and nudity that the first movie had, when that had more of a fucking like, you know, cartoony art style. But this had a more realistic art style, and they took out all the ultra violence and nudity, so that kind of annoyed me. But and like the main character's Garland is not really in the movie that much. He doesn't really. It gets like destroyed pretty much like you know, like 40 minutes into the movie. But the design for this movie looks pretty cool. It's it's pretty much the same Garland, except for it's blue and red instead of red and white, which I thought looked pretty cool. And overall, I also really enjoyed the music. I thought the music in the movie was pretty cool. There's some cool 80s, like 80s style synthwave music in the movie, and also the pop songs were okay, even though I'm not a huge fan of pop songs. Also, there was like some city pop style music. If you're a fan of city pop, that's also cool. Also, there was a lot of, just like in the first movie where you had like brand name stuff. The movie, you also have brand name stuff in the movie as well. There was also like cool 80s references to like, you see our punk characters like playing on like Silverhawks and Thundercats pinball machines. I almost forgot the name of the Thundercats. There's a character that's wearing a Wasp shirt. Wasp was like an 80s metal band that I actually listened to some of the music back in the day. There's the Hard Rock Cafe. There's Heineken, gets name dropped in the movie, right? So I don't know, like it's the thing where this movie doesn't, like, I enjoyed the movie, but I kind of wish it had, like, you know, I don't need nudity and sex in my anime films. I don't. But like, would have been nice to have the ultra violence and gore in the movie, which it turns out almost all of his friends pretty much survive at the end of the movie. So like, I thought that was weird, because especially the first movie had kind of a depressing ending, which I'm surprised this character is supposed to be the same Shogo from the first movie. No wonder Harmony Gold like changed the name, because it kind of makes no sense. Like, and like the girlfriend in this movie looks nothing like the girlfriend from the first film, who had like blue hair. In this movie, like, her name is Sue, and it turns out she's like an infiltrator that's like, reporting to the military. So that's not really brought up in the movie at all. Maybe they did in the original. I don't know, man. Who did the animation? The animation for this movie is AIC Artland Tatsunoko. Okay. Yeah. Licensed by Anime Ego. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. If I were to give this movie a rating, I would probably... trying to think. Also, Bob Bergen did the voice of the main character. Okay. Which, yeah, I'm not a huge fan. If I were you guys, I would probably watch the ADV Films dubs for this movie, because the second one. Oh, in the second movie, he's dubbed by Kirikin Mahan as Johnny Winters. Okay. The Vic Magana did the voice of Shogo in the ADV films. Yeah, so he is supposed to be Shogo. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Like, if I were to give this a rating, I would say overall, it's a 7 out of 10, but not as good as the first movie, but still worth watching. Also, if you watch this on YouTube, it also includes like a short film called Megazone 23 Presents, which is drawn in the art style of the first movie, and it stars Shogo and his girlfriend. So I don't know, maybe they show what happens to his girlfriend. I didn't watch it because I'm pressed for time and I have a bunch of stuff to do. Yeah, so my next Mecha anime series review is going to be Gurren Lagann, which I never watched the complete series. I was waiting for it to get back in print, but fuck it. It's on Netflix, so I'll just watch it there. All right, guys, peace. If you guys have any suggestions for any Mecha anime you want me to review, or even regular anime, as long as it's like action, adventure, or whatever, I'll still review it. So give me your suggestions in the comments, and that's it for today's review. Peace.